I can nab this sack, grab it with my hands. There we go.
Snatch that sack.
That you're
My favorite game.
Girl, your sack is snatched.
Oh, oops.
Nothing's worse than if I start just mashing together Zoomer lingo to get until cursed things come out. I'm very annoyed by the idea that you know what? I already forgot.
Okay.
There's a snatch. You can be snatched, and you can snatch or something with wigs and stuff. And one of them's good and one of them's bad. It's really a contextual.
So audience,
it's really a contextual language.
in case it's not obvious, audience, Keith woke up like 5 minutes ago.
I'm fine.
Very convincing.
I'm at the scary soul stealer, Iron Reaver soul stealer nightmare bubble barrier.
What? Huh?
It's fine. I'll go in. You can keep doing what you're doing in the mud. Yep, this is where all the Harpers are.
Oh.
What did you do?
There's a million enemies.
What did you do?
No, we just walked past the dead bird that you walked past, and 27 enemies just spawned.
Oh my god. I just saw so many things come your way. Just a few.
They all have 1 HP, so I think I can just AoE them. They're all missing because they're blinded. Let's see. What can I do?
Will, do you have an explode? You should cast Fireball on your teammates, Will.
I can just cast Shatter and kill a bunch of them. That would be a waste of my Shatter, though.
Let's see, mirror
Short
image,
rest.
familiar.
I could force damage.
Shatter.
Sure, let's do this.
There's so many individual enemies. Oh, that didn't do damage,
Wow,
did it?
that didn't work, huh?
Let's see, I'll do...
That's pretty good.
I made a little cloud of daggers. So that took out a chunk of them.
Oh, they dropped 40 experience. This is actually worth fighting.
Neat. Yay, more of them flew into the thing. I'm seeing if I have an AoE on Wolfthorn.
It's okay, we don't... I can take him out.
But I wanted to save the day.
Too bad.
My giant brain muscles. Whose turn is it? What? Okay. I don't... Look, the top of the bar said every single person had, like, hourglasses.
Boy, I sure took a lot of damage from your gigantic AoE.
Why'd you take damage from my AoE?
Because your AoE damages me.
Don't walk into it.
I can't navigate out of this area without pathing through it. You put it in the one terrible location.
I can literally destroy an AoE. Just give me 1 second, you weirdo.
No, my character passed through it when I was fighting.
That's self-inflicted. You did that.
Okay. I needed to kill the bird that was attacking me.
That was a perfectly good AoE. There was no reason for you to take damage from it. I didn't cast it on you.
I know, but then I had to fight the bird, and the only way the character could get through it was by pathing through it. I wouldn't have been able to attack the bird if I didn't walk edge right next to it.
These are fake problems.
Okay. What the hell? It's so irritating to me that it'll be like, you're inflicted with Shadow Curse, just because Shadowheart like decided to wait an extra 2 seconds before touching me.
I have to keep going.
What's up
Please
here?
come with us.
There's
Pop
nothing over
us?
here.
You there! Step forward and keep your hands off your weapons.
Easy. He's with me.
Come. Jaheira!
Wait, really? What the fuck? Whoa. She got old.
And Angie.
She's a main party member in Baldur's Gate 1 and 2.
Ah. That's what I figured what was going on. Well, this was rude. And I'm also not that impressed. I can do this. I can just do this whenever I want. You're the Jaheira? I have heard of you, friend of the forest.
Through the grapevine?
Ha ha ha. Druid joke.
Mm-hmm.
Care to explain why a legendary druid has one of her own wrapped in vines?
Absolutely. This is why we're here, you see. It is a curious creature that hides all manner of secrets. But if there's one thing that we know, it's that it knows its own kind. You should never have come here, true soul.
Rage against the vines? That's not one of my things. Wow. Druid strength is... Why? Wait, that seems dumb. Force your magic through the vines, loosening them is a strength check?
Yeah.
Why isn't it a wisdom check? Because that's a druid casting spell. You could use a strength check, or you could use your special druid ability to do the exact same strength check with no benefit. Literally not even a bonus of any kind. Normally when you have a special option, it's a different option. Look to the harpers you saved.
Stop! What are you doing? He's the one who saved us!
He's the one who protected the Emerald Grove.
Ah.
Didn't leave a goblin standing. Not so bad to hang around with either. Saved us from a mad druid and her snakes. A real class act. I pretty much trust him with my life.
A true soul with a mind of his own? How is that possible?
What is...
It's kind of wild.
Is this the
It's
thief
kinda
child with
wild.
the magic tricks?
I don't think it was the thief child. I think this was just one of the tiefling kids. But it's just kind of wild that, you know, you show up here and we save the tieflings or whatever, and then the way that they convince Jaheira to believe in us is, yeah, they're so good at murdering the people we don't like. You should have seen him kill every single goblin in an encampment.
It
Like,
was also
okay,
like, look at
yeesh.
the harpers, but instead of any of the harpers, it was like surprise tiefling that shows up.
Yeah.
From the tieflings. I work in a mysterious way. Attack! Just kill Jaheira right now. I'm imagining the number of playthroughs from people that have only ever played Baldur's Gate 3, like me, that just like, and killer, and then people in the audience like, what?
So it's interesting.
It's like, you killed 3 dog.
This is kind of interesting because, so like, I don't mean this. Like, this isn't a bad thing. Like, being a sequel to Baldur's Gate 1 and 2 is not a problem. But I really wasn't expecting to see much Baldur's Gate 1 and 2 content in this game. So far, it has been largely standalone, and I don't want to say unrelated, but like, for the most part, unrelated. There's been cameos and stuff that I've noticed so far from playing Baldur's Gate 1 and 2, but like, I truly was not expecting to see a main party member from Baldur's Gate 1 and 2 show up. So for people in the audience who haven't played Baldur's Gate 1 and 2, and I won't get into spoilers or anything, but like, Jaheira is literally a main character. Like, the very first quest you get in Baldur's Gate 1 is like after the prologue, where like bad things happen to your character and you're like left without a paddle and need to figure out where to go. Your literal first quest is go to the Friendly Arms Inn and find Jaheira and her soulmate Khalid. That's literally the first thing you do. They are your first party members, other than the party member that you get in the prologue. So like, to see Jaheira just show up and like seemingly, even if she's not a party member, be like a main character is just fascinating. Like, I really was not expecting. I think there was a reference to Saravok.
It's like having Morgan stubbornly show up yet again in yet another Dragon Age 20 years later or something.
It's just interesting.
All right, damn, Morgan, jeez. How are you still here?
I wasn't expecting that, because like, there was a reference to Saravok, which I kind of expect, because the events of Baldur's Gate 1 and 2 are like pretty big events. You know, it's kind of hard to ignore. It just feels intuitive that after so many years that this would be like a sort of reboot sequel that's like, yes,
later in the universe, but we're not going to confuse people. But you can just layer in surviving characters as you feel like it, and just be, and some people know that there's more to them, and some people are just like, who's this person, and they just have to introduce them
again,
like, conceivably, which they just have to be introduced comprehensively, which is easy when you're just playing a character they've never met anyway.
Yeah, exactly. This is fascinating. It's interesting. I just really wasn't expecting this, so I'm like, my brain is tickled. It's tickling the part of my Star Wars brain where when Star Wars does this well, it does it really well. When it does it poorly, it does it really poorly. But there are moments when, you know, you're playing a game and you're like, oh, it's that character from this thing, and it's like, they're still well reintroduced, but like, this is cool. So like, seeing Jaheira here is interesting. It's just like I wonder what they're doing with her type situation.
Is today a Mandalorian or a Jango Fett?
Yeah.
Boba Fett, damn it.
We'll see. We'll see how it goes.
Because of this artifact. See, it does get smaller. I was like, those spikes were not out before. How the fuck were we carrying it around?
Microwaved it like popcorn.
What even was that outcome? What happened to it?
It popped it like popcorn.
It doesn't do that to ours. That'd be very helpful. God damn it. So far, it's been a lifesaver. Here's hoping you agree.
More or less. Congratulations. You've earned yourself the benefit of the doubt. Hear me, Harpers. All clear. At ease. I'll not pretend to understand what that artifact is. But I'm old and wise enough to recognize a sliver of hope when it crawls out of the dark. Tell me, why have you come here?
I'm here on holiday. The land is afflicted, rotten. I'm here to restore nature's will.
Then you found an ally in me. For that is precisely why I am here. There's food in the inn over there. Beds too if you require rest. Aloe oil in the cupboard, in case the vines gave you a rash. Settle in. Then come join me for a drink. You may just be the godsend we've been praying for.
Right after I get all oiled up.
Wish we had stone.
Alright, so note, stuff counts as stealing here.
I wish we
I
had.
feel like I should warn you for what comes next. You are down to no health. Alright, oop.
That helped.
I already short rested. I could have just healed with the potion. Oh yay! Hey, we gotta make sure to collect these.
Did you already short rest? We had 3 health.
I did short rest. Then I accidentally got clipped by your cloud of daggers or whatever, and it took all my health away.
Well, don't do that.
Okay.
Now we have to short rest again.
But it can take a beating. It'll need to.
Fist Uthred.
Hold out the
That's a name. Allendale? This is a terrifying number of characters. Okay. Why are you named Fist instead of Harper?
Because he's a flaming fist.
That's close enough. Artifact or no, I don't like the likes of you crashing our party.
Give it a rest, Alfred. We need all the god's damned help we can get.
Okay, but I don't like talking to these X-Men. What party is it that I'm crashing?
Rescue party.
Not that you'll give a triple shot down, but we were ambushed by them bloody cultists. Bastards torched the pigsty we were staying in and made off with the Grand Duke of Baldur's Gate himself.
The Absolute's taken him then. No question about it.
I was in the aftermath. I don't suppose Councillor Flork made it all the way here.
Sure did. For all the good that does us.
She's inside. One of the ground floor chambers.
Come on, we need to talk to Floric.
Guess you need to be a god's damned counselor to get room and board around here.
Okay, so we're going back to the burned building earlier. Where is Flork? Sirius.
Don't wander
Mathis.
far. We need to talk.
Oh, look who's here.
Take a stroll, have a
Oh.
drink.
Hi.
Enjoy them while you can.
Thanks, bud. I was just clicking around and I accidentally tapped him.
This lady's still here.
You're all right. Thank goodness.
Oh.
I was worried they got you too.
This was the route people took to escape the goblins and the Groves area. Oh my god. What the fuck are you doing here?
I guess they're trying to go through the mountain pass to get to Baldur's Gate. They did kind of tell us that, I think.
Yeah, I guess it's like, see why nobody wanted to leave? Jesus Christ, it sucks out here. It's that people are acting like it was just a walk. Let's see. I see some familiar faces, but where's everyone else?
You don't know. Stars above. We were ambushed out in the darkness by cultists. We
Wow.
surrendered. But that wasn't enough for them. They lined us up like dogs. Asherak was with the kids, telling them it was going to be all right. Maybe that's why they picked him. Told him to kneel. They took his eyes first, then his tongue.
Which one was Asherak again? No. No. How did you survive?
Roland, of all people, saved us. He said he stayed in the grove because of you. And I'm damn glad of it. Without him, well, none of us would be here.
We are signposting your decisions. What did the cultists do to the others?
I don't know. It just happened so quickly. How do you do it? How do you keep going?
helps to remember what is at stake. I fight for nature, for balance. I fight for life itself.
You're made of sterner stuff than me, then. You've done so much for us already. But I have to ask. The others might still be out there. If they're not dead, they're in Moonrise. And gods have mercy on anyone in that hell's pit.
I'm sure they're fine. Probably being held for questioning.
Maybe. Sorry, I shouldn't have said anything. You've enough on your plate. Just be careful up there, all right? I can't handle anyone else dying.
When you talked about them stealing the eyes, I was expecting them to be like, I see you run afoul of the cultists too, and I'm like, yeah, the cultists. Definitely not just Volo's bullshit. Hello, Jaheira.
Please, be welcome. Have a drink. To your very good health.
Invisible cat.
Yeah, it just was there for like 1 second. What the hell? Plus from wisdom. Smell the wine. My giant smelling muscles. Difficulty class 6. Bam! Oh, I own that wine.
You perceive a faint hint of cloth grass, a herb that is said to elicit the truth. Jaheira smiles at you knowingly.
It doesn't spoil the taste, if that's what you're wondering.
Cloth grass. I suppose I should be grateful you didn't use Vanian's breath.
A paralyzing agent? Oh, I do not think we're quite so far gone. Yet.
He's got terrifying, like, oblivion eyes. I'm just upset.
Bottoms up. Well over a century old, and yet it hasn't lost a hint of flavor. Still not quite so sure about you, though. People tend to lose more than just flavor when illithids get their hands on them. I speak from experience.
I'm flavorful.
About you. Something alien. Answer me true and do not lie. The parasite is changing you, isn't it?
Saving throw. Doesn't tell you which one.
Just saving throw? Constitution. Yeah, it's definitely Constitution. +3 from Constitution, +3 from Constitution proficiency, +1 from Holy Lance. God damn. That the Constitution proficiency I got for my concentration saves is really a huge bonus to dialogue choices. Let's see. The flowing river changes. It is still a river. I am still me.
But a river can flood and break its banks. If the parasite changes you, tries to break you, could you resist?
We'll see.
Look around you. Good men, good women. Stranded here, 2 feet in the grave. If we're to survive, I have no choice but to trust you. Can I?
You can trust me.
Good. Because I'll cross your heart myself if you break it. I have every reason to be cautious. I've traced people like you. People with parasites in their brains. All the way here from Baldur's Gate. The cult of the Absolute is spreading through the city. Quietly, quickly, and with unsettling deliberation. We tracked them to this ancient village, only to be faced with a man we killed and buried over a century ago.
Is he from Baldur's Gate too? Who is he?
General Ketheric Thorm.
I don't think he's
Remember
from
that
Baldur's
name.
Gate 2.
He's the leader of the Absolutists. He was a Sharan once. Took to building an army of dark justiciars beneath this very village. Alongside the local druids, we made it our business to see him deposed, dead and buried. But he's returned. Not only does General Ketheric Thorm live again, it seems he is no longer mortal. He has become, in fact, invincible. We met him on the road here, commanding an army of the Absolute, intent on destroying Baldur's Gate. I put an arrow through his eye myself, only to watch him pluck it out like a splinter. He healed right in front of me and chased us into the shadows. Things looked hopeless, but experience has taught me that no matter how bleak things look, there's always hope. You are that hope.
You think I can kill him?
Not immediately. Protected by your artifact, you can infiltrate his forces at Moonrise Towers, posing as a true soul. Find out what it is that makes him invincible, so we can strip him of his advantage. Once Ketheric is without his shield, the sword, together we assault his tower and put a final end to this blight.
I don't really know. I don't really know how long this game takes. Or I don't know how long it's been since Baldur's Gate 1 or 2. I don't remember Ketheric Thorm. I don't remember him at all. But maybe it took place over 100 years ago. Jaheira's a half-elf, I think, or she might be an elf. I don't remember. So she is long-lived, but...
Yeah, I don't know. I wanted to get around to them, but then it quickly became apparent that that would take years. And then I'll be playing Baldur's Gate 3 5 years after people wanted me to. Druids and Hoppers were united to fight Ketheric once more. It's fitting. We'll free this land of him.
I appreciate your enthusiasm. Just be sure it doesn't make you leap before you look. Infiltrate the towers, and Ketheric's downfall begins. What's more, you'll find the cure for that thing in your head. Any cure starts with understanding the disease. Whatever magic Ketheric's using to control these tadpoles, it must be at Moonrise. Until then, we keep drinking wine when we meet.
How do I reach him? The towers are surrounded by shadows.
You're not our only secret weapon. Isabel, a faithful cleric of Selûne, and a light in the darkness. She cast the moon shield around the inn. It's the only reason we're still alive. She's upstairs in her chambers. Tell her I sent you, and she'll see you through the shadows safely.
Alright, so we have Isabel to look for, and we have...
Oh my god, you're just getting
person.
fucking showered in inspiration while I'm sitting here fucking completely poor and helpless.
Well, you should have been a folk hero like me and Will.
That's fucked up. No way would I ever do anything without the intention of getting paid for it.
Why aren't you the coolest person ever instead of not?
Look,
Except I am literally
and
the
all,
coolest
but,
person ever.
I got to chat with bigger fish. Later.
Look, you're welcome and whatever for saving your life and whatever. Just don't fucking talking to me. I got other things to do.
I can't add the lobster cage to my inventory? What if I want to cage some lobster? Cage that lob.
He still won't speak. Just keeps going with the bloody song.
Nothing of use on his person.
His original writ of duty, signed by Eltan himself. Fella must be one of the very first Flaming Fist.
He must know something. Let's not give up on him yet.
Floric.
Hells. I know that voice. Will? In Timora's name, what happened to you?
Whoa.
The Hells have had their vengeance, and I doubt they are done with me.
Ye gods. Fate has no shortage of troubles to burden us with. We believe the cultists have taken your father to Moonrise Towers. I don't suppose you found a way in?
Not yet.
I trust you will do everything you can to free the Duke. But in case you don't find a way, I'll be heading to Baldur's Gate to seek reinforcements. The Council sent a carrier pigeon with news that the city has been dealing with absolutist attacks. The Steel Watch is holding strong. I'll request that Lord Gortash send some of them to aid in the fight against Moonrise. The curse won't harm them.
Gortash, as in Enver Gortash? Last I knew, he was a minor player in city affairs.
A lot's changed since you left Baldur's Gate, Will. Gortash has gained considerable influence since then.
This is interesting. So, one thing, Countess Floric, the name sounds really familiar. Maybe we met them earlier, but the
we met her at the burning building.
She was the burning building. Okay, that's what I thought. How do I explain this? Sorry, my brain is moving too fast from my mouth. It's interesting how in this section already we have just had like multiple character specific interactions. It literally makes me just want to go to camp and like swap in every party member just to see like, do you have something to say? Like, what happens if we take Halsin here? I wonder if we can add him to our party yet. But like, what happens if we take Halsin and talk to the tieflings? Or like, what happens if we take Asterion and like talk to like random people? Or what happens when we take Lae'zel here? Like, I'm really curious because it feels like this area is just so dense with like literally every story NPC we've met up to this point.
Yeah, well, I think House has been a party member ever since we finished the camp. Ever since we finished the goblins. It's just, and he might have some kind of reaction just because druids are here. But in particular, like I did specifically bring Will because we're trying to find his dad, and that's what this direction was supposed to be. So this was a bit telegraphed, kind of like going to the crash. You were like, oh, we better bring our Gith character with us, and then lo and behold, she has a whole storyline. That's why you switched to Shadowheart, thinking that she'd react to things here. Whereas I don't know how much. There's probably not a lot of like Karlach going on here.
Yeah.
Lord Gortash.
Well, actually, I don't know about that. I bet Karlach stuff would be pretty interesting.
She doesn't seem to actually be connected with tieflings.
No, but she, like, she's from the Hells. This character seems to be upset. Well, she's not from the Hells, but she has a connection to the Hells. This character seems to know a little bit about it. I bet there's Karlach stuff here.
Lord Gortash? I thought he was no more than a counselor.
Lord Gortash is the man responsible for the creation of the Steel Watch. It's no wonder he earned the title. The Steel Watch are the future of warfare. Gondian automatons that can be sent into battle without risking any lives, except those of our enemies. Lord Gortash had only completed work on the prototypes before Ravengard and I left for Elturel, but even they were formidable. With the Steel Watch at our backs, we can storm the tower whatever Ketheric throws at us, I'm sure of it. I'll do my best, but there's every chance I'll fall to the curse or the cult before I reach the city. Don't count on me and assume no aid is coming. Work with Jaheira. That Harper's mind is as sharp as her blade. Follow her guidance. Farewell. We'll meet again, God's willing.
They're inventing automatons for war. Nothing bad has ever come from this approach. Are you outside? Oh, you are.
Yeah. I told you, I'm scavenging.
Just right outside the wall from where I was. I'm just like, what am I watching? These checks.
Mud, Mephit, Wing, Gold.
Can we help this person?
Lime.
Flame color. That's your name, isn't it? Art color? I'm Fistular.
Nathaniel and me climbing up a tree.
We need you, sir. One of our own's been taken, a Grand Duke. You might know something that could help us bring him back. We found him out in the shadows, just wandering. Nothing survives out there for long. Don't know how he made it, or where he came from.
This is no physical ailment. It is a spiritual malaise. The man's mind has been gripped by the Shadowfell, yet it has not broken.
That name he mentioned, Nathaniel. Who is it?
No idea, I'm afraid. Whoever it is must be someone important to him. He's been saying the same thing over and over, ever since we found him.
That song, have you heard it before?
No, not till I met Art, anyway. It seems to be all he remembers.
Did you already check for personal effects?
This was in his pocket. He doesn't seem to have any reaction to it now, but he held on to it for 100 years anyway.
I'll see what I can discover.
Thank you.
The awkwardness of having that animation be just that this was in his pocket, my character just takes it from their hand without looking at it, puts it in their pocket, just takes it. He had this, I have this. Assignee, Art Kulla. Rank, Flame. Objective, to obtain information about current activities in Moonrise Towers and its environs, headed by Ketheric Thorm, of the region's ancestral Thorm family. Orders, take lodging in the Last Light Inn and begin investigation of the local House of Healing. Reports indicate corruption, but no corroboration has yet been obtained. Note, the region's Thorm family are long-standing devotees of Saloon, but rumors indicate a Sharan enclave might be gaining momentum. Investigate and report. Signed, Grand Duke Elton.
Wonder what he found.
There's a new quest.
Stop.
What?
I remember you, Bex, right? Where's your man? Someone find your man.
I just want to be alone.
Stop sniveling and tell me what's wrong then.
Don't shout at me!
I didn't shout.
I'm sorry, it's just... cultists. It was so dark. I didn't realize until the children started screaming. They rounded us up. Cut us up. Said they were taking whoever could still walk to Moonrise Towers. I managed to get away. But my love... Dennis... Martin Dor, Roshan.
Wait, were you digging up her husband's body or something?
No, I just walked up to her. You think he's dead?
How couldn't he be? If they didn't kill him when we ran, they probably will once they get to Moonrise. I just wish I could have said goodbye.
Sounds like your boy toys goblin chow. Jesus Christ. Dennis could still be alive. Don't give up on him yet.
Do you really think so? By the gods, I hope you're right. I wish I hadn't let go of him.
I'll find Dennis and bring him back to you.
It's hard to imagine him making it after everything that happened. But if you find him, it would mean the world to me.
Last Light's best bargains, right?
Let's see. The Grand Duke. Rescue the Tieflings. Punish the wicked. Oh, the ledger
Okay, there's
thing.
traps up on this bridge. Not sure why.
He wants to investigate the House of Healing for him.
Running around here.
It's also in the south direction where most of the things point.
You want to swap out party members and see if we can trigger any more cool dialogue?